Hey, what is up, everyone? This is Jim LaBuda here once again, and today we are going to take a look at the golf swing of Brian Harman, your Open champion from this past year. Brian just recently qualified in the third spot to represent the United States in the Ryder Cup this September in Rome. Let's go ahead and take a look at Brian's golf swing here from the face-on view. He's not a very tall player, but Brian does have a lot of power in his golf swing. Let's see where he gets this from. You can see here, if we take a look at his lead leg here, looks like he's got a little bit more weight on that front leg. That's okay. Most players do that because having a weight on the front leg, it's going to help them transfer that weight to the back leg and then have a little bit better weight transfer. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a circle around his hands here at setup. And I'm going to put a line here on his shoulder tilt. So we're going to talk about two of these in a second. As he starts taking the golf club away, we know that Brian really gets kind of disconnected early in his swing. There's a lot of hand movement here. As you can see, if I were to put another line straight down from his chest, you can see his hands have kind of passed that already. I know it's still early in the swing, but this is really where Brian gets a lot of his power from, is he sets his wrist real early in the golf swing. And then as he gets moving to the top, you can see very, very good rotated position here. Shoulders fully rotated. Club just stopped short of parallel. But now let's start talking about where Brian Harman's power in the golf swing comes. You're going to notice his lead hip here. That's what's going to start the downswing. You can see how as he starts moving now, he starts transferring that weight right there. You can see that little bump forward gets the weight moving to the lead side. And what that does by doing that is that sets a little bit better of a wrist angle up here. So now he's going to start creating some lag in the golf swing. As he starts getting down into the golf swing, you can see how he's maintaining those angles. But let's get his hands back to where they were at setup. Look at that. Now you can see originally the golf club was set up down here. You can see the club head's back here. So he's got a lot of energy stored in this golf swing right now. This is lag in the golf swing, and this is where Brian's power comes from. You can also see as we move him into the impact position here, is that the tilt on his shoulders has actually increased a little bit. You can see how his left shoulder's lower. Right shoulder's pretty close to almost being in the same spot, but that left shoulder is definitely lower in the golf swing. So what does that do? Because Brian's set up with his hands a little bit ahead of the ball at setup, you've got to increase that shoulder tilt. And by getting that trail shoulder moving a little bit lower, that helps keep your hands ahead of the ball moving through impact. So if a lot of you guys are struggling with ball striking and you're struggling to keep your hands in front of the ball and let the hands deliver to the club head first, think about that shoulder tilt. Think about what your shoulders are doing and see if you can get that trail shoulder moving a little bit lower through impact and keep your hands moving ahead of the ball. This is going to help you compress the golf ball a little bit more. But again, a lot of being able to do this goes back to how you're set up. You got to make sure at setup your hands are a little bit ahead of the golf ball there. I know camera angle here maybe doesn't look like it is, but we know Brian's got his hands set up with his hands ahead of the golf ball. Weight a little bit more on the lead side. Transfer that weight back to the trail side and then get it moving forward. Get your hands back to the original position where they were, and then deliver that golf club into the ball with that left shoulder a little bit lower, keeping your hands ahead of the ball through impact, really compressing it and hitting longer and straighter golf shots today.